go. We're going to start recording this session. Okay, so you guys are in what we in the early childhood program call Early Field 1. So we have, every time our cohorts begin in our program, they come into Early Field. And 1 is the first semester, and Early Field 2 is the second semester. And then you're going to be in Phase 1 on your 3rd semester in the program, and then on Phase 2 on your 4th semester in the program, and your 4th and last. So Early Field is going to be your first internship experience in the early childhood program. Okay, so the early childhood faculty are Dr. Nash, Dr. Stites, myself, and Dr. Blunk, who is going to teach you science, I believe in the 3rd semester of the program. And you have our information there, the courses that we teach within the program. And again, I'm going to send you these slides so you'll have them, even if I can't upload them to. I'll continue to try to upload them to Blackboard. If not, I'll email them to you. And then we have Hillary Roberts King, Dr. Shana Rochester, Erin Lessard, and Carmen Starlin, our other faculty, adjunct faculty of the Early Childhood Education Program. And then we have staff that are working with us as well. So I mentioned Nikki. Nikki is our best resource for TK20. Zoe Fritz, who is here with us, is the graduate assistant of the Early Childhood Education Program. And then we have Marlo Lippert, who is the coordinator of the Child Care Career Professional Development Grant. So if you're in that grant, that is a great person to contact. Also, Dr. Stites is the PI in that grant. So another great person to contact if you're in that grant. And then Miss Tessera Slade and Monica Carr are from the Lakeland Judy Center, and they are working with us for this field experience. They also serve, as you see them on this slide, they also serve as university supervisors. So these are the staff and faculty members that are most likely going to be your mentors throughout the program, not just in Early Field, but in other semesters as well. So in Early Field 2, or in Phase 1, and or in Phase 2. Okay, so these are your Early Field 1 courses. So you should be enrolled in Observation and Assessment course, which is the course that we just talked about, in the process seminar for creative media, which is on Tuesdays, and then on children's literature with Dr. Rochester is also on Tuesdays. And then you have the field experience course, which comes up as a Dr. Stites course, but is not a course, it's the field experience. So if you're enrolled in this field experience, all your work that you're going to do in your internship is going to be then reflected in a grade that is going to go to this course, the code 440 for undergrads and 791 for graduate students. Okay, there's an early childhood handbook. Let me see if I can. To it. So this presentation has these live links that are going to take you to all these important documents that you need access to. So the early childhood handbook, here it looks a little wonky, but if you then look at it as a Google Doc, the formatting will be adequate. You have some of the information that are in the slides, you have it there, but also you have more pertinent information that you need to have in order to complete your different internships. So not only early field 1, but it has information for early field 2, and it has information for phase 1 and phase 2. So let's go back. Okay, so look at that handbook, make sure that you are familiar with it. The expectations for you for your internships are there. The requirements in terms of how many hours or how many days you need to be at your internship sites are there as well. Also review on that handbook page 2 and 3, or review page 2 and 3 of the NACI Code of Ethical Conduct and the program overview with the guidelines for early field. So, and the guidelines are going to give you exactly what the expectations are for that particular internship experience. Okay.
I have a question. Where is that located?
The handbook. So you'll have access to these slides, and if you click on that hyperlink that was there before, right here, you see this?
Yes.
So it's in the Google Drive, and if you click on it, you'll have access to it.
Okay.
I don't know. Zoe, did we send the handbook directly to the early field interns?
I don't believe so, but I can send the link to this and the handbook to everyone if you need me to.
Okay, that'll be helpful because I was trying to upload the PowerPoint to Blackboard, and it was telling me that my course was full.
No worries, I'll send it out to everyone.
Okay, great. I do need to fix that though, because I can't believe my course is full on week 1 of the semester. Okay, any other questions that you might have? Concerns so far?
I think I have a question in regards to, I think, COVID, and are we doing this virtually or are we going to Lakeland?
So right now it's all virtual. So we would be going to Lakeland virtually or meeting with the families virtually. And we'll have a little bit of, for those of you who are going to be interns at Lakeland, we're having their training and their orientation at 3:30. So you can ask those questions directly there, but we are completely virtual right now.
Okay.
I have a question about the internship. Is there something that we can do at our current job if we already work in a school field, or do we have to get assigned somewhere?
Yes, so I believe a lot of you, if not all of you, have spoken to Dr. Nash, the ones who are not going to be assigned to Lakeland. And that is, and she has okayed you to do the internship in your work site. Was that your case, Francesca?
I haven't spoken yet, to be honest, but so is that what I have to do? I have to contact Dr. Nash and she will tell me if it's okay or not. Okay.
Yes, either Dr. Nash or Dr. Stites, because I think Dr. Stites is the one who's going to be overseeing all the early field 1 interns.
Okay.
So contact her and you'll have her it's mstites@umbc.edu, but all of the contact emails are on these slides. And so he's going to send you a link to the slides so you'll have them. And you'll have everybody's contact information.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Yes?
Sorry. So I have the same question as Francesca, and I just wanted to follow up with Zoe to make sure that it has been okayed for me to do my placement at Baltimore Highlands.
I believe it has, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Great. So even if you're not doing your internship at Lakeland, make sure you read the handbook for the interns, because the expectations are going to be the same in terms of the hours that you're there, the kind of experience that you're having with the children, how much sort of teaching experience you have in that site. Either if you're doing it at Lakeland or if you're doing it at your job, at your particular center where you work at, the expectations are going to be very, very similar in terms of how many hours you need to be there, sort of working in pro of your internship, and meeting the expectations for the internship. So make sure you peruse that handbook really well. Okay. Okie doke. So we talked about TK20 in our course, and you'll see that you have, in our course, you have the case study and the video recording analysis. In 441, 653, you have the children's literature resource and public library exploration assignment to upload. So make sure that those are up at the end of the semester. So some of the principles to highlight, and again, you'll find a lot of this information in the handbook. But one of the things that we are asking you to do is just to try your very best. So we know that the situation is atypical. We know that COVID is still sort of rampant out there, and that we need to be careful, and we need to sort of take care of ourselves and take care of those that we work with. But just put your best work forward, put your best self forward. And while you do that, just remember to give yourself grace, to give others grace as well, and that we're all, trying our best. Follow the guidelines as best as possible. If you need flexibility, if you need extensions, if you're going to be absent, communicate early. Just let people know. Whomever needs to know about whatever it is that you need, let them know. Let them know early, let them know quickly, and I'm sure people are going to respond with the same grace that we're asking you to give yourself and to give others. While you're in your internship, take initiative, be proactive. Don't wait until, something's on fire to walk in. Just volunteer, come up with suggestions. If you see that your mentor teacher is not necessarily giving you tasks to do, just volunteer to do things that you can see that could be helpful or could be needed. And ask questions. When you don't know something, just ask the question. People sometimes, in the craziness and the madness of it all, can assume that you knew or that you were told, and that might not be the case. So don't be afraid to ask questions frequently and as often as you need information. So for us in the program, what we've facilitated for students that don't have an internship site, that are not going to do it in their job sites, is that we're going to have Early Field 1 at Lakeland Elementary Middle School, working with the Judy Center there. So they work with children under the age of 3, and they work with a particular curriculum that is called Love and Learn. And we're going to have the Love and Learn training at 3:30. They're going to host it, so we're going to jump off this to go into Zoom. And they're going to give us, what the curriculum entails, how does it work, and so on and so forth. We do need you to log your hours. So there's an Early Field log. And again, this link is going to take you to that log. I'm not going to log out of it, but if you click on it, once you get this presentation, you'll see you need to log the times that you're there to fulfill the amount of hours that you need for this internship. Make a copy of all of your documents. So any document that you turn in, and you're going to turn in all the documents that you might have to Zoe, and Zoe's going to can file them for you. But every document you turn in, please keep a copy. You don't want it to be at the end of the fourth semester, at the end of phase 2, and you don't have hours or you don't have forms that you should have made copies of. So keep a file on your computer where you keep all your ECE forms and your logs, and you keep a copy of them, everything that you turn in. For this particular field experience, you're going to have a self-assessment. And we used to have these forms, these blue forms and these yellow forms that were paper copies that we would hand out to students, and students would fill them in and turn those in. Now we're doing it virtually. So both of these forms, the form that your mentor teacher and your supervisor are going to fill in for you, and the one that you're going to fill in for yourself as a self-assessment, are Google forms that are being digitalized, and you just click on the link and you complete them and you submit them. But keep a copy of them so that you have that form in your records as well. Questions about that? Let me just go back.
Do you mind if I add something really quickly?
Yes.
So the students that we have on the list for Lakeland are Alexis, Rebecca, Samantha, Jessica, Clark, Carrie Moyer, Taylor Walls, and Sahar. So those are the ones that Lakeland has your name and they have a placement for you.
Is there anybody else that would need a placement that doesn't have one, aside from those that Zoe just mentioned?
I did talk to Dr. Nash about working with the family that I nanny for, and she said that would be okay. But I did hear that my name was on the list, so I don't know if I need to like email somebody else or.
Do you know when did that communication take place? It might just be that we haven't updated it.
I talked to her at the beginning of January.
Okay, I can double check with her if you want.
Okay.
But I don't know, Dr. Mata, do you think she should go to the training or just hold off?
I don't know. Carrie, can you go to the training? I mean, it's not going to hurt you to.
Yeah, I can go to it.
Okay, so then I think that if you can go, go to the training, and then you're ready for Lakeland. If Lakeland is going to be your site, and if Dr. Nash has approved for you to work with your charge, your nanny charge, then that's fine.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Great. Okay. So staffing is something that we have every semester in the early childhood program, and I think in the education department as a whole. And we're going to do it virtually. But staffing is sort of an advising session that you're going to have with all the faculty and staff from early childhood for half an hour. And this happens mid-semester. This semester is going to happen on week 7, which is March 8th through March 12th. And we typically schedule them on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so you won't have classes that week, but you will have an email from Zoe asking you to sign up for an appointment time and date. And so look out for the emails that are going to come out in late February, and so you can sign up so you're ready to go for your staffing session in March. For that staffing session, we're going to ask you to submit your virtual evaluation form and your self-assessment form. And that needs to be completed before staffing, so that once we meet in your scheduled appointment, we have those forms in place for you and we can go over them and talk about it. This is the moment where you ask questions, tell us how it's going for you in the program, and bring up or talk about anything that might be happening for you at that moment. That's not to say that you can't reach out until that moment. So if something comes up beforehand, just email us, any of the faculty, and we will be able to help you and support you through whatever is happening. But that is a moment where you have all the faculty together, sort of concentrated on you. It's kind of like an only child moment where you have all the attention on yourself for half an hour. And we also do, all the faculty that is teaching you during the semester of staffing is going to complete dispositional forms as well for you. So they'll be able to give you feedback. Even if they're not able to make it to the staffing meeting, they'll submit these forms for you. So we'll be able to give you feedback on what they're saying, how you're doing in your academic performance up to that point. Any questions about staffing? Okay. TK20, we talked about it quite a bit. The expectation is you upload your assignments to TK20 at the end of the semester, your key assignments. If you have questions, Nikki is the person to contact. But again, on week 5, in the observation and assessment course, we're going to have a presentation on TK20 available for you. So she's going to walk us through the 3 important things right now, which are to apply to the program and get formally admitted into the program, and then to purchase the account, and then how to upload the key assessments onto the TK20 account. So she'll walk us through all of that. Any questions? Okie doke. So the link to Love and Learn training in Lakeland is right there. It's a Zoom. Starts at 3:30, so we're running late, but we're not late for the training, so that's good. Again, those of you who are going to be doing your internships on site at your centers, at your jobs, and where you work, you don't need to participate in this training. Only the interns that are going to be at Lakeland. Any questions?
Is this
Okay.
recorded? Will we take a look at this? Is this going to be on Blackboard, this PowerPoint?
Yeah, so I'm going to record this, and the link to the PowerPoint, I believe Zoe will email to you.
Okay.
And once you open that PowerPoint, you'll have the active links that'll take you to the self-assessment forms, the evaluation form, the log form, and the handbook, which are all things that you are going to need. So you were going to say something.
Oh, I was just saying that I sent the link through to everyone's email, so you should have that and the handbook.
Great, so you should already have it. But I am recording this session, and I'm going to upload it. I'll try to upload it onto our week 1 section in our Blackboard course of the observation and assessment course. So again, Dr. Stites has said any questions that you have, please contact her. There's her email. It's mstites@umbc.edu. And remember, we're here to help you. We know that this is an atypical situation, but we were very successful last semester getting everybody through, and we hope it's going to be a repeat this semester. So any questions, any issues, just reach out, ask for help, ask questions, and we're here to guide you through it. Any questions before we?
I have a question.
Yes.
So
the meeting with the Lakeland, if my name wasn't called, do I not have to go to the training?
Do you have a site to complete your internship?
My work. I
Right.
work for the Judy Center in Carroll County.
Okay. And did you talk to Dr. Nash about that? Did she okay it? Did she say it was fine?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, you're good.
I just wanted to make sure because I haven't heard anything after that.
Okay, no, you're good.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Questions?
Can we participate to this training if we are not sure about our placement yet?
Yep. You can go. The Zoom link is there. Just make sure. So in the email that Zoe sent with the slides, you'll find the link there.
Good to transfer over?
Yes, we have to go to Zoom to start that. So are we good? Okay.
Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you. Thank you. And for our class, I'll see you online. But for
Okay,
those
thank
of
you.
you go to the Zoom.
Yeah.